Hello everyone, welcome to Power Electronic Lecture Series. Today we will discuss about the commutation types of the SCR. So as you all know, the commutation means turning off process of SCR. Earlier we have made one video which describes the force commutation types, that is class A commutation, class B commutation and class C commutation. So in this video we will discuss about class D commutation, class E commutation and natural commutation. So basically there are two types of commutation. The first one is force commutation and the second one is natural commutation. So there are total 5 types in the force commutation, that is class A commutation, class B commutation, class C commutation, class D commutation and class E commutation. Class A commutation is also called as load commutation or pulse commutation. Class B commutation is called as resonant pulse commutation. Okay. Class C commutation is also called as complementary commutation. Now class D commutation, it's auxiliary commutation, and class E commutation is the last type of force commutation. We will also discuss about the natural commutation. So in this video total 3 commutation techniques will be discussed. So basically among the 5 types of the force commutation, each commutation principle has different mechanism. There are different mechanism to turn off the SCR using L and C commutation components. Okay, L means capital L means inductor and capital C means capacitor. So by using these components we can turn off the SCR. So we have thoroughly seen the class A commutation, that is it is underdamped circuit. Okay, so due to underdamped circuit of this class A commutation, the SCR will turn off. Also there is some circuit changes in class B commutation. In class B commutation, capacitor will do the work of the turning off of the SCR, and class C commutation, it's complementary commutation. That means there are total 2 SCRs, that is SCR1 and SCR2. They will one simultaneously or one by one they will turn on and turn off. So these are some basic principle or turning off mechanism in class A, class B and class C commutation. So now we will discuss about class D commutation, how the SCR, the main SCR will turn off in the class D commutation. One can see in the theoretical part. So this is called as auxiliary commutation because it uses an auxiliary SCR to switch the charge capacitor. So we can see in the description, that is in the class D commutation, this is also called as auxiliary commutation because it uses an auxiliary SCR to switch the charge capacitor. So there is one main SCR and second one is auxiliary SCR in the circuit. In this, the main SCR commutated by auxiliary SCR. The main SCR with load resistance forms the power circuit, while the diode D, inductor L and SCR2 forms commutation circuit. So from this circuit diagram we can see there is total 2 circuit, that is circuit formed by SCR1, that is main SCR, and the second circuit formed by SCR2, that is commutation circuit. So in the main circuit it consists source SCR1, that is main SCR, and load resistance RL. In the commutation circuit it consists SCR2, that is auxiliary SCR, inductor L and diode D. So SCR1, that is main SCR, can be turned off by SCR2. So how this mechanism takes place? We will see first theory of this class D commutation. So I will explain it deeply. So we can see when the supply voltage E, or in the circuit diagram it is given is VDC, that is DC supply voltage. So when the supply voltage E is applied, both SCR are in off state. So okay, so initially both the SCR are in off state, and hence the capacitor voltage is 0. So in order to charge the capacitor, SCR2 must be triggered first. So the capacitor charges through the path E means DC supply, capacitor C, SCR2, load resistance RL, and again it's given to supply voltage DC. So we can see initially both the SCRs are off, that is SCR1 main SCR and SCR2, both the SCR are in off state. As soon as we provide the DC supply, we trigger the SCR2. Okay, after triggering the SCR2, SCR will turn on and the forward current flows. The path of the current will be from DC supply to capacitor, then through SCR and to again load resistance RL. So this is basic path of the current flow. So in this mechanism, the capacitor will start to charge. The polarity of the capacitor will be positive at the upper plate and the negative to the downward plate. We will see in the description. So when the capacitor is fully charged, the SR2 becomes turn off. Okay. Why SR2 turns off? Because the lower plate of capacitor has negative charge. So this negative charge will provide reverse current to the SCR2 and ultimately SCR2 becomes turns off. So no current flow through the SCR2 when the capacitor is fully charged. If the SCR1 is triggered, the current flow in the two direction. One is the load current path, that is from DC supply to SCR1 and to the load resistance, and another one is the commutation path, that is from capacitor C, SCR1, inductor L and diode D, and again to capacitor C. So as soon as the capacitor completely discharged, its polarity will be reverse. Okay, so now the polarity will be upper plate has negative polarity and the lower plate has positive polarity. Okay, so its polarity will be reverse, but due to presence of diode, the reverse discharge is not possible. When the SCR2 triggered, capacitor starts discharging through capacitor, SCR2, SCR1 and again capacitor. When this discharging current is more than the load current, the SCR1 becomes turns off. So this is basic mechanism in the class D commutation. We will see from the circuit diagram. So initially both the SCRs are off, the capacitor has no charge. So as soon as we turn on the SCR2, capacitor will charge up to maximum value VDC. So at that time the polarity will be positive at the top side or up at the upper plate and the negative at the lower plate. So due to fully charging of capacitor, it will provide reverse voltage to SCR2. So SCR2 will be turned off. Okay, at that time we will trigger the SCR1, that is main SCR. The current path will be DC source through SCR1 through load resistance, and the second current path will be through capacitor, SCR1, inductor L and diode D. So due to this, capacitor will start charging, but the polarity will be positive at the lower plate and negative at the upper plate. So due to this positive polarity, SCR2 will be triggered. Okay, so the current flowing through the SCR will be maximum as compared to current flowing through the load resistance. So due to this, the SCR1 will becomes turns off. So we can see the SCR2 is used to turn off the main SCR or SCR1. So this is basic principle behind the class D commutation. We can see from the waveform, the first two waveforms of are the gate current supply. Ig1 is the gate current for SCR1, Ig2 is gate current for SCR2. IL, that is current flowing through the inductor. IT1 is the current flowing through the main SCR. VT1 is the voltage across the main SCR. IT2 is the current flowing through the SCR2, and IC is the capacitor current. So if you compare the description with the waveforms, you will get the complete mechanism of class D commutation, or we can say complete working principle of this class D commutation. So we will move forward for the next commutation type of the force commutation, that is class E commutation. So we will see its theory first. This is known as external pulse commutation. Okay, in class E commutation we provide external pulse using pulse transformer. We will see one by one. So this is known as external pulse commutation. In this, an external pulse source is used to produce reverse voltage across the SCR. So this is pulse generator which will provide reverse voltage to turn off the SCR. The circuit below shows the class E commutation circuit, which uses a pulse transformer to produce commutating pulse and is designed with tight coupling between primary and secondary with small air gap. So there is a primary winding and secondary winding. The secondary winding is connected to the power circuit to the SCR, and the primary winding is connected to the pulse generator. So this is tight coupling having minimum air gap. So the next description is, if the SCR need to be commutated, the pulse duration equal to turn off time of SCR is applied. Okay, so to turning off the SCR, we required a pulse duration equal to the turn off time of SCR. So when the SCR is triggered, the load current flows through the pulse transformer. Okay, the load current flows through the pulse transformer. If the pulse is applied to the primary of pulse transformer, an EMF or a voltage is induced in secondary of pulse transformer. So this is basic principle of transformer, that is, if we supply the primary winding, then due to mutual induction or electromagnetic interference, the secondary will be energized. So the voltage will be induced in the secondary, but there should be some step up or step down mechanism. It is not given in the circuit diagram. So basic principle is that if the SCR need to be commuted, to turn off the SCR, we should provide the pulse duration equal to the turn off time of SCR. The pulse will be provided by pulse generator through this coupling. So as we energize the primary winding, it will produce voltage across the secondary winding. This induced voltage is applied across the SCR. Okay, so the voltage induced in the secondary of the pulse transformer, this voltage is nothing but the reverse voltage of the SCR, hence the SCR is turns off. So the capacitor offers a very low or zero impedance to the high frequency pulse. So this is all regarding with the class C commutation, its working principle, and how the SCR will turn off using pulse generator. Okay, please remember the circuit diagram and the corresponding waveform. There are total 4 waveforms, that is Ig1 is the gate supply for SCR, ET1 is the voltage across the thyristor. Okay, IT is the current flowing through the SCR, EP is the pulse transformer voltage, or we can say pulse generator. Pulse waveform generated by pulse generator is nothing but the third waveform. So we can say pulse generator applies equal pulse as compared to turn off time of SCR. Okay, between the, we can see the second waveform and the third waveform, we can see it clearly. The pulse generator will provide the pulse across this transformer, which is exact equal to the turn off time of SCR, that is in second waveform ET1. T off is shown by in second waveform. So please remember this working principle of class C commutation, which is totally depend upon the pulse generator and the reverse voltage applied across the SCR through this pulse transformer. So we will move forward for the second type of commutation technique, that is natural commutation. It's very simple commutation. Okay, we will see one by one. So one can see the description part. In natural commutation, the source of commutation voltage is supply source itself. Okay, so through the supply source we can turn off or turn on the SCR. If the SCR is connected to the AC supply, at every end of positive half cycle, the anode current goes through the natural current 0, and also immediately a reverse voltage is applied across the SCR. Okay, that means according to AC cycle from the AC supply, we can turn off and turn on the SCR. These are the conditions to turn off the SCR. Okay, so with the help of source itself we can commutate the SCR according to positive and negative half cycles. So this method commutation is also called a source commutation or line commutation. Please remember, the natural commutation is also called as source commutation because source itself behaves like a commutation medium, or source itself will commutate the SCR, or it is also called as line commutation, or it has second name, that is class F commutation. So this commutation is possible with line commutated inverters, control rectifiers, cycloconverters, AC voltage regulators, because of supply is AC. So it has very wide applications, that is in for the commutation of inverters, control rectifiers, cycloconverters and AC voltage regulators, because all those devices has AC supply at the input side. So one can see the circuit diagram for the natural commutation or class F commutation. There is a AC source Vs is equal to Vm sin omega t, one SCR which we want to commutate or turn on, and the load. So we can see from the waveform, the first waveform is source voltage Vs, that is sine wave. The second waveform is the triggering pulses for the SCR Ig, and the third waveform is IL, that is current flowing through the load. So one can see clearly, as soon as there is a positive half cycle of the input supply or Vs, we trigger the SCR. Okay, that is in second waveform we provide the gate pulses to the SCR. So as soon as there is a positive half cycle and the gate current for the SCR, the load current flows through the load, okay, which is shown by IL. So the current rises, and after some time it will decays to 0. The point at which it decays to 0 and the point where the negative half cycle starts is the same. So during negative half cycle there is a negative supply to the anode of the SCR, so it will be in reverse bias, or there will be no current flow through the SCR. So again in the forward bias or in the positive half cycle, the gate supply is provided to the SCR and the load current again flows through the load resistance. So in this way we can turn off and turn on the SCR with the use of positive and negative half cycles of the source. So ultimately we can say that the source itself behaves as a commutation circuit or commutation source which will commutate or turn on the SCR step by step. So this is all regarding with commutation techniques of the SCR. So in this video we have seen the class D commutation, class E commutation. So those are the types of force commutation techniques, and the last one is the natural commutation. It is also called as class F commutation. So please remember these commutation techniques. Also I have made one video regarding with class A, class B and class C commutation. So please remember all these commutation techniques, those are very simple. The only change is that in the circuit diagram and the principle behind the turning of the SCR. Please prepare the circuit diagram and the waveform for all these 6 types of commutation used in SCR. So that's all regarding with commutation of SCR or turning off methods of SCR. In next video, we will discuss about the triggering methods of the SCR. So that's all for today. Thank you.